We're in 4K.
We are in 4K.
Holy smokes.
It's amazing
They're
technology.
gonna see my pores.
They are going to see your pores. Are you ready for this?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Blur it out. Blur it out.
We'll make you look good. Don't you worry. You're going to look better than me, so don't worry about it. All right. So, season 5, final season.
Yes.
How are we going to restore order to Gotham?
I'm not sure that we're going to restore order to Gotham, because has Gotham really seen order? Like, when we see the new, like the graphic novels of today, Gotham is never in a good shape. We always joke, like, why don't people just move? It's a horrible place. They're like, I really bought this real estate a few months ago, and it's going to pan out.
Location.
Exactly. Yeah, they're playing a long game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not going to restore order, which is going to be why we have a need for the Caped Crusader.
I hear he may be coming.
I heard a rumor about that in the panel. I heard a rumor about that. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be really cool. That's going to be really cool.
If you were ending the show, how would you finish it off?
I think I would probably, we don't know their full episode yet, but I know that I like the idea that we're shooting 10 years ahead. I like that everyone's older, more mature versions that people can connect to a little bit faster. And I have a feeling they'll do this, but I would want the episode to stand on its own as well. You know what I mean? So even if you're not a fan, you can watch that and go, oh, that was a cool 1-hour movie, essentially, which is what I'm assuming they'll do.
Okay.
But that's how I do it. I would make it
A standalone
like
in
a standalone in a sense. Like a wrap-up, a standalone. Like if you watched everything, great. If not, still great. That's what I would do.
If you could have traded places with any character on the show, who would it have been and why?
Oh, that's a great question. If I could trade places with anyone on the show, Barbara maybe, because she's had a lot of arc switches. Like she's had to do a lot of mental gymnastics, which I like as an actor.
Yeah, of course.
So I think that's it. Yeah, I think it would be her. And she's bad. I like playing bad guys. I'm ready to get back to what I normally do, killing people. That's horrible.
All right, if you could wrap up season 5 in one word, what word would you use to describe it?
Chaos. It's utter chaos. Yeah. That's easy, but it is. It's like even the relationships you've gotten to know and love, you'll see are evolving, not completely deteriorating, but evolving in a way that is new for our show. Season 5 is kind of very new.
Oh, all right. So it's kind of a reboot. Fans will be excited.
Fans will be excited. There's new energy behind it with the no man's land art. Sheesh.
Hard to say.
No man's land, and with a sinus thing too. It's really hard.
Aww.
No man's land arc is it's going to be nice to see Gotham almost at its too broken point, where it's like gone too far. I think the fans will like that.
Excellent. I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much. So season 5, we start in chaos. Where is Edward in all of this chaos? Is he causing all of this chaos?
No, chaos is being caused to him. He's waking up in strange places. Doesn't know how he got there. Doesn't know what he's done in the hours that he can't seem to recall or was unconscious. And so he's trying to figure out what's going on, and it's driving him mad. And he doesn't know if it's his alter ego. He doesn't know if his mind is being controlled by someone. And so he's in a quest to try to figure out what is happening to his body and to his mind.
As an actor, that's got to be an interesting kind of they're interesting to play, certainly.
Yeah, it's a lot of alone time. There are a lot of scenes where he's by himself losing his mind. So it's a lot of manic screaming at himself in the mirror. He's venturing. I've been all over New York shooting different moments of me waking up in odd places, as you can imagine.
All right, so what's the best place and the worst place you've woken up in New York?
The worst place was a dumpster, and it was an actual dumpster. I show up to set, and I'm like, wow, the production design on this dumpster is amazing. This looks like a real dumpster, and they're like, yeah, it's a real dumpster. And I was like,
oh my God.
That's disgusting. They're like, oh no, we sprayed it and cleaned,
Sure.
It's like, first of all, it's a good thing I have gloves on. Second of all, it's good I have my tetanus shot. I'm like, we're done. We're done here. That was the worst. The best one, they've all been pretty horrible, to be honest.
They've been cruel to you this season, haven't they?
Yeah, they're really putting me through it. They're really sending me off with some bad behavior.
So if you could end the show, how would you write the ending?
Well, I would love it if Riddler was causing some real problems. But the way that season 5 is structured is really cool. It's a real showdown with the government. You know, Gotham is kind of been disowned by the government. You know, the bridges are blown, and the government kind of sees it as this lost cause. And you know, we have all these innocent people that Gordon's trying to protect, all these refugees basically, and the government is not caring for them. And so it is man against state, sort of, which is an interesting.
Yeah.
It's it's certainly in the state of our politics. It's kind of a cool look at the man versus the system. You know, fix the system.
All right. Well, we'll wait to see. Thank you for talking with us.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you wake up in the dumpster.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be a real highlight.
So 5 years.
5 years.
Is it a little bittersweet for you?
It's a lot bittersweet.
Yeah.
It feels like a huge, like a milestone. Like it feels, I tell people a lot, it actually feels like I'm graduating from college. It has that very same feeling. We shoot in the same building, so it's like going there is like going into, like your school, like, and the people. I mean, it's just, I don't know what I'm gonna do in my last scene. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get the words out.
Oh, no.
Because it's just like, I'm going to tear up right now.
Oh, no.
I owe so much to this job and to these people. And I'm standing here talking to you, and it's all because someone took a chance on me, and I'll never forget it.
But you really made this character your own. I mean, tell me how he's progressed over the years for you personally.
For me, it's interesting because like the character and my life are weirdly parallel in strange ways, because I feel like when I started this job, I knew nothing. I was, just
Very
figuring
green.
out. Yes, very much like Oswald holding Fish Mooney's umbrella, still putting it together, And then now, he's, basically like the emperor of Gotham City at the moment. And I feel like it's the best time in my life. So it's weird, like they weirdly connected in this weird way. Yeah. And so, yeah, from where he began to where he is now, I couldn't ask for a more dynamic arc, and I'm just so grateful.
So let's talk about season 5. Tell us where we are, where we begin season 5. I know we're in chaos, but
Yes.
where is he in all the chaos?
Yes, well, when there's a power vacuum, that's when he wins, because he swoops right in. He sees that Gotham has gone to chaos. Someone needs to take control. This is Oswald's time to sort of rebuild Gotham in his image or his design or what he thinks it should be. And so he plops himself right in City Hall, having been mayor once. He knows where it is. And he's the most powerful he's ever been, and it's going to be interesting to see if he holds on to it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that sounds fantastic.
It's crazy. Yeah.
All right, describe season 5 in one word.
Season 5 in one word. Oh man. Cathartic. Yes,
Ooh,
it's a
like that
catharsis of. Well, just story-wise, Gotham City itself is in catharsis. It's about to be lost. I mean, it's a very dangerous time, and also just emotionally cathartic, on screen and off. All of us, when people watch season 5, I know that they'll be able to feel that all of us, our hearts and souls are in every moment, and it's just, everything has such weight and significance. It's amazing.
Well, we're sad it's ending, but we can't wait to see season 5. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Of course. Have a great day.
I heard a rumor that Alfred's back gets broke.
This is the thing, is that we're always extremely paranoid about talking about giving spoilers away, and then I sort of I committed at our panel because because people have been talking about it. It's actually in the press. So, and John Stevens and people said no, just go. Yeah, I have an altercation with Mr. Bain that goes south. So something bad happens, and because of course they flipped it again, as Gotham does. It's of course Bane breaks Batman's back, and I get it this time.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, it stinks, right?
Over the 5 years, 5 years now, what has been your favorite episode, or are you shooting it now?
I don't have one in particular. I love everyone's so earnest on it, and everyone's so talented. So there's so many moments. I had one of my favourite scenes was with Chris Chalk, where we first meet, when I'm sort of vaguely threatening him. But when I take Bruce to see Tommy Elliott and give him the watch, and that's the beginnings. We decided that was sort of the germination, that was the seedling of the man becoming the bat. You know, stand up for yourself, stand up for the little guy, don't accept bullying. And it was because of Alfred, you know, and so all of those moments have meant a great deal to me, and I think to the fans, and I think that we're very proud because we now can plant our flag in the sand, and you know, this is this generation's, in many respects, version of, and we're very proud of it. I went back recently because we're just shooting an episode now, and looked at some of the early episodes because I have to remember my physicality and how I was and how uptight and upright I was, because I digress actually in one of the episodes. And I watched it, and I've got to say, Gotham is absolutely, I don't want to swear, but absolutely bloody brilliant. I know from season 1, I just started watching some of the episodes of David. Gosh, he was little, right?
Right.
And he's this big old lump. He's got a wicked white cross now as well.
You've watched him literally grow up.
I literally have watched him grow up. I've watched him, and we had a very moving day the other day, the last day in the manor, in the study, which I Instagrammed a picture of. And I've got pictures of David when he was a wee little chap, you know, so it's sad.
All right, let's talk about the other rumor that we heard, that at the last episode we're 10 years ahead and Batman has arrived.
Yeah, and you probably know more than I do, actually, but I do know that I leaped 10 years into the future, as do all of us, in fact. And I'm the guardian, I'm the gatekeeper of Wayne Manor, and that's all I know. So I basically will be 65 in it. Yeah, round about that. Yeah. I'll be giving my 65.
All right, okay. If you could sum up season 5 in one word, what would that word be?
Superb. Sublime. Is sublime. I mean, it's what everyone wants it to be.
All right.
Yes, that's good.
Right. Well, we will look forward to seeing that.
Great,
then.
thank you.
What goes into creating a show like this for you?
A lot of hard work. You know, a lot of research. I mean, I was a Batman fan as a kid, so I came in with a lot of knowledge beforehand.
Okay.
A lot of it is finding the empty space in the canon, saying, okay, this is a part of the story that has not been told before, so that you're telling that part. And when you are looking at other things, saying, well, how can we both do justice to what actually is there, but also bring something new to the table, so we're not just telling the same story over again.
Right. So people will be interested.
That would be good.
Generally,
that is the goal.
Yeah,
Keep people interested.
So how are they going to be interested for season 5? I know we start out in chaos, and from what I understand, we remain pretty much in chaos.
It's pretty chaotic for a long time. I think they're going to be interested in seeing, you know, every year we want our characters to continue developing and moving more closer towards who they're going to be when Batman arrives at that time. So I think this year we get to see the characters actually make those final steps towards becoming who they're going to become, which is exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a rumor that a certain Batman may show up at the end.
It's very possible. You keep watching to the very last scene of the show.
Oh, you're going to wait till the last scene of the show? That's what you're going to do to us?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. What else?
We're anticipating it for 5 years, and then you get one shot and we fade out, right?
Well, it's hard to do a scene after that. You know?
All right, fine.
Yeah.
If you could have been one of the characters on the show, which one would you choose?
If I could be one character, probably Alfred.
Why?
He's got great suits.
True.
You know, he gets to drive a really nice car. But no, wait, let me hold back. He gets shot a lot, so maybe I don't want to be Alfred.
And he gets his back broken this season.
Yeah. I'd probably be Barbara.
Not the first person.
I think she gets to have the most fun.
Yeah. People say she has a really good arc and stuff.
She's got a great arc. She changes a lot, you know. She runs a bar. That looks like fun, you know.
Is that your next life? You're going to go from this show to running a bar?
To barkeep? Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, we cannot wait for season 5. We're sad it's ending, but we can't wait. So thank you for talking with us.
My pleasure.
We start out season 5 in chaos. Yes. And where are you in all of that?
Chaos. I'm in complete chaos. I'm just hiding behind Jim in the GCPD, and kind of semi-reluctantly following him on all of his adventures, and so it puts us in some hot water. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane, and it's so the parallels to what New York. It's crazy. Just imagine if the bridges and tunnel were blown up and a wall was put up, and it's anarchy.
Yeah.
It's
There would be
Hobbesian.
madness.
It's
in it,
madness.
yeah.
It's man in a state of nature, and it's brutish, nasty, and short.
Looking back over the 5 years, what has been the best, your favorite part of all of this?
The friendships with the cast by far. I mean, it sounds that everybody says that, but it's 100% true because work is work, but your life is your life, and you have to. And I remember I was doing this show Vikings, and someone asked me to get worked up for these scenes. Do you and your fellow actors have to hate each other to get that motivation? And it's it's the opposite. You have to love each other. You have to love each other so much that you can enact violence upon each other and be okay and go for it, right? You see where ego takes people when they work together with ego, right?
Yes.
Does it help the creative process? Not at all. And so this group of people were just incredible. I can't.
That's fantastic.
I love them.
Yeah,
Love 'em.
sounds like a lot of good memories you'll take over.
A ton of good memories. Some hard ones, but I had, and we all went through a lot of stuff over the course of these 5 years, and we were all there for each other through all of it. So,
If you were writing that last episode, how would you end it?
ooh, that's such a fantastic question. If I were given my druthers, there would have been Gotham would have been a 16.
I was going to say, you would have kept it going.
Show, absolutely. I would have done less episodes per year, 16 seasons, and I would have, I think, it's just a shame because there's so many amazing stories in that big DC, that Pandora's box they have of genius that we could have dipped into, but we didn't. John Stevens, Bruno Heller, Danny Cannon, they did an amazing job of having to decide, in a way they had such a kind of they were almost burdened by the wealth of stories they could tell, so they had to pick and choose and narrow it down, and we had a big cast too, so I think they did an incredible job of managing all that.
I do too. We're looking forward to season 5. We're sad to see it end, though. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you so much.